maybe. Well, there I was in elementary, junior high, and high school writing poetry to varying degrees of quality. And then I started playing guitar. Then I had like a teacher from elementary school reach out to me and tell me about this like program at SUNY Purchase for essentially like pop songwriting, kind of like theory and ear training and songwriting. And I was like, oh wait, this is a thing that people can go to college for? Tight. Wanted everything. Mama said, it can kind of go any which way. Like it can definitely be melody first or lyric first or just sort of like general concept first, painful emotional vacuum that needs to be filled first. But when I'm collaborating with people, my favorite thing to do is like if I'm just meeting them for the first time, like have a get to know you chat, and then like once we're in a comfortable zone, like look them in the eye and be like, so what kind of feelings are you having right now? What's wrong? Tell me about what's wrong. And if I can get them to tell me what's wrong, then we can like really party. I love getting into people's deep, dark stuff. Humor is just like another way of coping. Like writing a song is a way of coping with a thing, and being able to laugh at something that like is painful is a way of coping with a thing. So like to me, it's just kind of like two ways of coping coming together in beautiful harmony. And generally, it's not something that I really ever plan. It's more just sort of like figuring out what are we writing about today and then following that wherever it wants to go. It's a fun exercise to go back and forth between writing songs that are more like absurdist, about like, you know, these frat boys who are sacrificing young women to the demon lizard in their basement, going from that to like, oh God, I am in love with someone who is meant to be, like, fated to be my mortal enemy, but like we can't stop being in love with each other. What are we gonna do? And it's just like such a fun and fulfilling part of making the episodes that, like, you know, we get to talk about the show we love and then we get to like really dive into that world in a way that I'm used to really diving into like my own stuff, and now like people that I co-write with, but then also now the stuff of one girl in all the world, etc., etc., etc. Who can remember what was wrong with that girl? When I listen to Batten the Hatches now, I'm like, is she okay? I feel like it's not a terribly uncommon sort of like arc for artists to go from like very, very raw and just sort of like pen to page to guitar to your ears, where it's just like very urgent and like there's not a lot of time to like sand it down. You just like have to get it out. From doing so much pop writing and sync writing, that definitely like informs the way I think about structure, the way I think about melody. My lyrical ideas have definitely evolved over time. I don't want to think about you, but I do. Prioritizing time to actually experience life so that you have life experiences from which to draw for your beautiful, beautiful art. Especially like when you're just starting, it can be hard to feel like you can look away from just like putting your nose to the grindstone, working all the time, whatever your definition of work is. It's so easy to get caught up in that and to forget about breathing and like seeing a beautiful painting that like will make you write a song that day or 6 months from then or 3 years from then. Let yourself have the time and space to absorb things. I used to be wound so much tighter than I am and so stressed out about like whatever I thought it meant to be a person who like makes records and plays shows. As I continue to move through life and learn more about what it is to be a human being, the more I realize that like so many of the things that I got stressed out about in early days really don't matter at all. Yeah, just relax, Jenny. Chill out.